Alrighty, here we go with the Glowforge air filter test. I'm doing this from the phone, live streaming from the YouTube app, so the quality will probably be not so great, and I don't have a microphone and so on and so forth. So this is the part at the beginning where I apologize for how crappy this video is going to be, and also very shaky, but I need to be able to move around here easily to do this, and I'm in a hurry. So a couple corrections first off from the last video where I unboxed this Glowforge air filter, or perhaps if not corrections, at least a few more details now that I've had a chance to take a look at it. First off, I mentioned at one point that there's no off setting here on this knob, which is true. There isn't. The compact filter apparently had a little marking on there for off. I don't know why they changed the artwork, but the manual indicates the off setting. Actually, speaking of the manual, it's kind of funny. The manual for the Glowforge air filter is almost word for word identical to the compact filter manual, except for search and replace compact filter with Glowforge air filter. Down to the point where there are pictures that are clearly of the compact filter and not this filter, including the inside, like I said, the artwork on the side. A couple things are just slightly different, and they didn't change them. One thing they did change is they mentioned how you know it's full. They did actually change a few words there to say that you need to replace the filter not when it stops working, but when it starts beeping. So I guess it beeps when it detects restricted airflow, which may or may not indicate that the cartridge needs to be changed. And then the cartridge looks very different from the compact filter cartridge when you actually look at the pictures. So this one's like all metal. It looks heftier. It does feel like kind of a premium product in some sense. It's got that feeling like when you pick it up, like this is solid. I'm not sure what the compact filter feels like. Let's see, what else did I say wrong? Oh, the pre-filter. I mean, you could say it's a little bit weaselly, but the language actually says that this quote unquote supports a pre-filter. It doesn't say it comes with a pre-filter. So I guess that's why I didn't get the pre-filter. There may in the future be a pre-filter. But all that being said, the thing I wanted to do here, that is my outside ventilation, which has been detached for the moment, and I have attached the compact filter the Glowforge air filter instead. Thanks to the wheels, which I put on my Glowforge cart here just last week, so I was able to move it. Interestingly enough, in the software, when you toggle the setting that says that I'm using the external filter, so it won't run the Glowforge's built-in fans, the setting in the menu is compact filter attached. So that's sort of how raw this is, in that they haven't even changed the software to reflect the fact that there are two different filter options. So anyway, not complaining, I'm just observing. I myself rushed into this rather quickly and breathlessly, as you can probably tell. I just wanted to get this video out, and I'm going on and on when really what I need to do is click the button here. So I'm going to try cutting something for the first time with the Glowforge air filter attached, and we'll see what we will see. It's going to be some acrylic. Acrylic has a rather pungent odor, and our print's ready to go. So I'm going to hit the button. Oh, I got to turn this on first. Got to get used to this. The original filter that would have sat underneath the Glowforge was designed to turn itself on automatically. Interesting that didn't make it even to this redesign. So I'm going to set this to the minimum airflow. Not really sure why it's necessary to have that setting, but and I'll hit the button. And again, I've got this set to not turn on the built-in fan, so we'll see what happens. It's cutting. I don't hear the fan. My video is not in smell-o-vision, so you'll have to, if you can hear anything I'm saying, you'll have to rely on me to tell you whether I smell anything or not. So far, so good. I was tempted to make some, I've been doing these lamps, which I think are really fun. That's draft board though, and I don't want to cut draft board and ruin my brand new filter and have to pay $500 for a new cartridge, which as far as I can tell is not even available yet. So we'll do a piece of acrylic. Let me get right down here by the exhaust. If anything, it just has a, it smells like an air filter. I don't know how to describe that. Maybe a tiny bit like a furniture store, which is odd. I don't know if that's filtered acrylic coming out, or if almost. I think it just smells like a brand new HEPA filter with air coming out, or carbon, or whatever's in there. So yeah, it works. I mean, we knew that the compact filter worked. Plenty of people have them already, and plenty of people have said, yeah, when it's working fine, I can operate my laser with no objectionable smoke or odor whatsoever. So there's no reason to think this would be any different. But the difference is, of course, that it's mine, and it's new to me, and I never used it before. So I'm confirming the obvious. The thing actually works. So there's that. This should be done any minute now. To me, now, I mean, people have complained about the noise from the Glowforge fans, but honestly, to me, I don't find this to be better from a noise perspective. Yes, it has a different note. It's a lower frequency. It's a smoother type of thing. It doesn't have that whine, but it's dang loud. I'm yelling over it. I don't know if this live phone stream camera can really hear me talking, or if it's just all noise. But it's loud. I think part of what I'm saying is the Glowforge's internal fan noise never bothered me, so I don't really care. I I didn't get this to try to cut down on the noise. I only got this thing because when I ordered my Glowforge, the first hour it went for sale, there was a 50% discount, and I was like, I need to have that. What if I want the filter? I should order it now because it's half price. And then here we are, 3 years later? I just never canceled it. So I'll have it, and that way if I, for some reason, I don't know, if I have some problem, this thing breaks down, or I move, or I want to take my Glowforge on the road, I do have this filter as an option. Okay, so we cut this whole Raspberry Pi case design with the compact filter attached. And I'm going to give it a good sniff. Yeah, I would say literally nothing. So there is no hint whatsoever of acrylic smell in the room, which indicates that it's working correctly. Let's see what it smells like when I open the lid. No, that's pretty good. So it's not like it's all built up in there and just let go when I open the lid. So, for that purpose, it certainly does the job. That it is, if I used my old ventilation setup, which goes straight out the wall, the window there, with even with a booster fan on it, which is I specifically bought a sealed booster fan that has no, it's sealed. And then I was very careful to attach everything. I have it all taped up like crazy in the back there. So much tape on there, mastic tape and everything else. I've tried everything I can. And no matter what I do, I still get a little whiff of acrylic when I use that external ventilation. Let me turn this thing off so I don't have to shout over it. Get used to the fact that you can actually turn it off. It'd be very easy to start a job without remembering to turn it on as well. But in any event, I get this little whiff of whatever I'm doing sort of comes back into the room, and I cannot figure out where it's coming from. It's been years. I've even gone around this thing with like little smoke things that are supposed to detect leaks, and I just cannot find it. I feel like it's actually going outside the house and coming back in, possibly because I have this air conditioner on the wall. I don't know. But so technically, I get less of an odor with the compact filter attached than I get with my external ventilation, because there's some kind of a leak somewhere. The other thing, if you look at this, it's going up, right? So pushing all of that air, a column of air up like that is not a very effective thing, and that's one of the reasons I have the booster fan, and I think that should work. I even, I bought an anemometer so I can test the. Anyway, I'm babbling on, but I guess the TLDR of what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, the dang Glowforge filter works. And it technically works better than my external ventilation. Will I keep using it? No. It's much easier for me to just hook that hose back up and deal with a tiny, tiny, tiny amount of smell when I cut something. And then I will put this away somewhere so that if I ever need it, I will have it. But yeah, that's it. If there are any questions or things, I can do some more tests with it. I'm not going to cut draft board. That would be the torture test. But, why kill 10 or 20% of my filter life right off the bat just to confirm that it works? I mean, clearly it does work. So we'll see. I can try some wood or something. But that's it. I got to stop babbling now. Glowforge air filter. It was exciting, but I think that's it. It's real.